Could Trey Lance be on his way to the nation's capital? We discuss that possibility on today's edition of the Commanders Report. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Kamren Curl and why he's such an important piece to this Commanders defense. And then I looked at every single snap from Sam Howell's performance in preseason week 2 versus the Baltimore Ravens on the All-22 film. And I've got some takeaways I want to share with you guys, so make sure to stick around to the end of today's show. And before we get into today's Commanders rumors of the day, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me right now, because we're going to be having a live watch party for the final preseason game for the Commanders as they face off against the Cincinnati Bengals. We had an awesome time Monday night for that Ravens game. You guys really showed out. It was a bunch of fun. We're going to have even more fun this weekend on Saturday. Can't wait to show you guys what we got in store. So make sure you click that subscribe button for our live watch parties all throughout the 2023 season. Now let's get into Trey Lance here, where reports are coming out now that Sam Darnold has been named the number 2 quarterback on the 49ers roster. Brock Purdy, of course, has already been named the Week 1 starter. And Trey Lance wasn't at practice yesterday, so it seems like the team is exploring options to see what they can get for Trey Lance on the trade market before the start of the 2023 season. And when it comes to the Commanders, my take on this is there is absolutely no way the Washington Commanders should make this trade for Trey Lance. It makes zero sense whatsoever. And for anybody out there on Commanders Twitter right now that is saying this is a good idea, I strongly disagree with that sentiment. Now, my scouting report on Trey Lance, I've taken a look at every single snap that this guy has taken in the National Football League on tape, and this is my takeaways. The pros are, he's got good arm strength, good arm talent. He can make those throws that many people just can't make. Like, he can flip his hips. He can throw those sidearm type passes. He's a talented thrower of the football, and he does work hard. He is known for his work ethic all the way going back to NDSU. He's always been praised for that, but the cons are all the nuances that you need to have as an NFL starting quarterback. The vision, the mental processing, the decision-making, the accuracy, the footwork, the throwing mechanics, all these different things have been problems in Trey Lance's game. And it doesn't help that he's had a lack of reps, even going back to college, where he was in a run-heavy offense there with the NDSU Bison. And then he always had the personnel advantage because NDSU, if you know anything about FCS football, they are absolutely dominant at that level. So he hasn't really faced much adversity, and that is certainly shown in his time in the National Football League. And overall, my take on him is that he kind of stinks, guys. He kind of blows. I'm sorry. Trey Lance isn't a very good quarterback, and I would take Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett before I took Trey Lance. And when it comes to a number 3 quarterback, I'm perfectly fine with keeping Jake Fromm as that emergency quarterback this year. He showed that he could hold his own on an NFL field there, especially last week when he led a fourth quarter comeback against the Baltimore Ravens. And I like what I'm seeing from Sam Howell. I think Jacoby Brissett is a really good backup. I'm going to be getting into Sam Howell's film here from last week later on in today's show, so make sure you stay tuned. But there's no way I am even trading a 7th-round pick for Trey Lance. I just don't think that, even though a 7th-round pick is essentially just a lottery ticket at that point, so you might say, well, why not? What if he develops? Blah, 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 blah. No, okay? 7th-round pick is even that is too much for the Washington Commanders. You want these draft picks, especially if Sam Howell doesn't work out this year, which is not a prediction. I'm just saying if you want as much draft picks as possible in your arsenal so you can build up this roster. Because if Sam Howell's a failure this year, that means Ron Rivera is likely getting fired, and it's going to be a brand new regime with a brand new quarterback, and you're going to have to rebuild. Now, let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. Would you accept this trade offer for QB Trey Lance, former top 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft? Type A if you would accept it, or type D if you're going to decline it. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. All right, now let's talk about Kamren Curl and why I think he's arguably the most important piece to this defense here in Washington. And, last year he was really, really good, man. You take a look at his numbers from last season. He didn't have an interception, okay, but he had 83 tackles as a strong safety. Anybody that knows Jack Del Rio's type of system, he likes to have this box-type safety, and that's what Kamren Curl is. Now, I think that he's one of the most underrated strong safety specifically in the National Football League. Because if you look at his advanced stats, they were excellent last year, particularly in run coverage. Last year, his missed tackle rate was tied for 6th among 69 safeties in the National Football League. He was 2nd in average depth of tackle. He was 4th in run stop rate, 2nd in man coverage grade. So he's excellent in man coverage, can absolutely erase tight ends off the board, which is very valuable in today's NFL with all the dynamic receiving weapons at the tight end position. And then he was 9th in zone coverage as well. So he's very versatile. He's top 10 in both of those categories, both man and zone. Of course, the Commanders play a ton of zone coverage, and he's good in both of those. And, having a versatile piece like that you can use in this defense is absolutely crucial. And last year, he was the 2nd highest graded safety overall by Pro Football Focus. His grade was an 82.9, which is a very, very high grade for a safety, for a player that plays in the middle of the football field. If you know anything about defensive players and why they usually grade lower the closer they are to the middle of the field, is because they can be manipulated by quarterbacks and their eyes and all these different things. It's a really difficult job playing in the middle of a defense in the National Football League, and Kamren Curl was able to keep up an 82.9 grade last year, which was 2nd in the National Football League over a bunch of guys that ended up making all-pro teams last year that made the Pro Bowl. He was better than all of them according to Pro Football Focus grading. And when you look at the numbers last year with him on the field versus him off the field, the Commanders go from one of the best defenses in football to about a mid-tier, maybe below average defense. So having a guy like this in the middle is absolutely crucial to Jack Del Rio's scheme being successful here in 2023, and that's why I think they need to give him a contract extension here sooner rather than later, because he is a really stellar player. Now I'm going to be getting into Sam Howell's film analysis from the Ravens and what I think about him in just a second. But first, go chatsports.com/CommandersCombo, where you'll be directed to our friends at Fanatics, and you guys can get this awesome t-shirt combo that they are offering you guys. I just ordered this t-shirt combo. I'm going to be wearing it on the show during our live watch parties this year because I truly do like the designs here. I didn't have to do that, but I did it, paid with my own money, because I really like these designs. The short sleeve burgundy with the helmet on there, and then the white long sleeve. I love wearing white long sleeve t-shirts, especially on those hot summer days, and I really like the design of both of them. I'm going to be rocking these during our Commanders watch parties this year. You can do the same here by going to chatsports.com/CommandersCombo. That's our link. If you use it, Fanatics will know that we sent you. All right, now let's get into Sam Howell, QB1, and my takeaways from film study here during preseason week 2. Now, first thing that I really liked about just the offense in general is that I really like the structure that Eric Bieniemy and the concepts that he's bringing in. Lots of shallow cross, which is something that Sam Howell, you can tell on film, is very, very comfortable running. Lots of double moves, lots of creativity, lots of sound offensive structure in the passing game, which is something that's very encouraging heading into the 2023 season. And it definitely points to me like Eric Bieniemy knows what he's doing, and he learned a thing or two from Andy Reid there with the Kansas City Chiefs. Second off here, he's playing with really good rhythm. What do I mean by that? I mean that he's getting to his receivers on time. He's playing within the rhythm of the offense. The offense is designed for a quarterback to have his eyes on a receiver at about the right time where they're going to be breaking open. He's going through his progressions and about the window that the receivers are supposed to be coming open. And you have to be playing in rhythm with your eyes and your feet in order to get the receivers the ball in rhythm past your first read. And Sam is doing that at a really high level right now. That was something that he struggled with a little bit at UNC, but I see the improvement there. And it really seems like Eric Bieniemy's offense is making things easy on Sam to get through those progressions. Very clear-cut reads, not really muddy reads that you see from a lot of NFL offenses, very clear-cut reads, and Sam looks really, really comfortable at this point in the preseason. However, it was not perfect. Now, I'm not expecting perfection from Sam Howell, but I do, here at the Commanders Report, we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell you the good along with the bad. And there was a couple plays there where Sam, of course, had inaccurate passes, right? Those are going to happen, but it was certainly on his film this week. Also, he didn't recognize when he was hot. There was a stacked linebacker that he should have saw, which is a clear blitz tell. He didn't see it, and he ended up getting a sack. That one was not on the pass protection. That was on Sam Howell for not being prepared to throw hot, which unfortunately led to the sack. And, it just overall wasn't perfect for Sam, but I thought overall it was very, very good. And at the end of the day, my takeaway is that he is definitely this team's QB1 with the way Jacoby Brissett has thrown multiple interceptions so far this preseason. And Howell is actually looking pretty darn good, especially in the stat line. And then also on film, I think Howell's been the more impressive passer than Jacoby this year, which is saying something because Jacoby was a very effective starter for the Cleveland Browns last season. And I think Howell's really taking Eric Bieniemy's offense here that has really nice, sound offensive structure, and he's running with it, which is definitely a good sign heading into the 2023 season. And I'm excited to see him build off of this performance here against the Cincinnati Bengals in preseason week 3. Now, what is your level of confidence in QB1 Sam Howell at this point in the preseason? Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me down there in the comments section. And my take on this is I'm at about a 7. Now, of course, he played pretty darn well this week. I thought he played a really good game of football. I thought he was playing in good rhythm with his receivers and in the concepts. And I do like what Eric Bieniemy is doing right now. However, the offensive line played really darn good. And am I really expecting that to be the case against first-team pass rushes with some of the best pass rushes in the National Football League in the NFC East coming after Sam Howell? I mean, I guess we're just going to have to see. It seemed like when Sam was under pressure, he panicked a little bit at times. He didn't understand when he was hot at times. And, I think that right now I saw some really good things during that preseason week 2, and it was a lot better than the alternative of playing bad football. But I'm looking at Sam Howell as somebody that is not all the way there for me in terms of a confidence level. I'm going to give him a 7, which is pretty darn good. It's higher than it's been here going into the preseason, but I'm still holding a little bit of a cautious optimism here heading into the 2023 season, and I'm really excited to see what the kid can do here at the start of the season. Now, here we go. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. That's going to be it for today's show. If you want to become an expert on the burgundy and gold here for the 2023 season, we got daily videos for you guys here, absolutely 100% free. And then we also give you guys in-depth coverage, premium coverage they have to pay elsewhere. PFF makes you pay. ESPN Plus makes you pay. All these different subscription services. We don't believe in that. We believe in getting you guys the best damn Commanders coverage on the planet, 100% free. So if you want to join our family today, do me a favor and click that subscribe button right now.